You're Wavy, and I'm gonna be reacting to the underwater hatch might finally make sense in GTA 5 2026. Um, this video made by Gator Key, my fault. But yeah, but we about to see like what is the underwater hatch? Cause I don't know.
The
I
underwater
don't know what is it about, but we about to click.
hatch is one of the most mysterious things in GTA 5. The truth is, we already know quite a lot about this hatch, but there are still unanswered questions.
I really don't.
Two to be specific. The first question being why is the hatch underwater? And the second question being why is there a Roman Bellic Easter egg inside a Lost Easter egg? Honestly, since the game released, I've never actually seen a good theory that explains this. Most people seem to just disregard it. They say that there's no reason. Rockstar did it for fun. But if you know anything about Rockstar's games, there's a reason for everything. Now, I have a theory that explains all of these unanswered questions, but I do want it to be known that this is just a theory. You do have permission to tell me that I've been thinking way too much about this, if you want. Now, to understand my theory, you need to know the basics about the hatch and the TV show Lost. So Lost is a TV show where a group of people are on a plane and the plane crashes onto an island.
Damn.
Now on this island there is a strange hatch. The survivors of the plane crash who become the
That plane broke into pieces though.
main characters eventually find this hatch. The hatch then becomes the primary focus of Season 2. It's actually the most popular thing to ever come out of the TV show Lost, and that's why it was added as an Easter egg into GTA 5. But this brings us around to our first question, which is why is the hatch underwater in GTA 5, as it clearly wasn't in the TV show? Well, here's why. Rockstar decided to put the hatch underwater because of the opening scene to Season 6 of Lost. Now I'm playing this exact scene for you in the background as I speak, but when this released, this was very controversial. There were many different theories as to what this scene meant, but what's clear to us is the entire island of Lost is underwater. And for any of you wondering the purpose of this scene, it was meant to trick the audience and also serve as a metaphor. It was initially meant to trick us to believe that the bomb in the previous season had worked, and it served as a metaphor because this specific scene was supposed to be in a sideways reality, which ended up just being purgatory, but it was a metaphor for this island being out of play in this sideways reality. But honestly, none of that matters towards GTA, I just said that for the people who wanted to know. The only thing that matters to us is that in this scene, the hatch is underwater. Now yes, that alone could just be a coincidence, but the timeline also fits up perfectly. The premiere of Season 6, which contained this scene, released on February the 2nd, 2010. So the first episode released, everybody got riled up about it, and then every Tuesday an episode released until May. Something interesting, this premiere was actually the most popular premiere they had since Season 2. But 2010 wasn't just an important year for Lost, it was also important for GTA 5. GTA 5 was in the...
By the way, I never watched Lost. Like, if y'all watch Lost, let me know. Like, what is this show about? Feel me? Cause I never watched that show in day of my life.
early stages of development between 2009 and 2010. This is when Rockstar were collecting all of their Easter eggs and references that they'd want to put in the game. So this was a simple case of perfect timing. Lost premiered with the famous clip of the island under the water, and it gave Rockstar the perfect inspiration to put their hatch under the water too. So that right there is 1 out of 2 questions answered. Now into the more complex question. Why is the person inside the hatch knocking Roman Bellic? So the information that we all know is that once you get close to this underwater hatch, the light turns on and you can hear knocking from the inside. The knocking was eventually found out to be tap code, which is very similar to Morse code. The code, which was full of pauses, translated to, "Hey, you never call me. How'd you fancy going bowling?" Roman Bellic's most famous line in GTA 4. If you were a GTA 4 player, you would know this because he would constantly call you asking you to go bowling.
Cousin, it is your cousin. Want to go bowling?
Fuck me, man.
Sorry,
really
man, I
need
got
this.
shit to do. Can't bowl with you right now.
Alright, Nico. Maybe we do something when you have some free time.
So it's a simple little Easter egg to GTA 4. An
Italian.
Easter egg that they honestly could have placed anywhere around the map, or even just put it on the radio. But no, they put it inside the hatch. There is a person inside this hatch in the show, Desmond. But this isn't a Desmond Easter egg. We know for a fact that this is supposed to be Roman Bellic. It doesn't make sense until you start looking at the world of Lost. If you know anything about the island in Lost, you'd know that the island itself can influence the consciousness of the people on it. It can do this because the island is formed around the world's largest pocket of electromagnetic energy. That's what the island basically is, electromagnetism. This would cause the characters on the island to have dreams and apparitions. It would conjure up things from their memory, things that aren't really there. Now, an important piece of information for you to keep in your mind: these dreams and apparitions were usually always trauma related. Now, before anybody says that these apparitions were caused by the Man in Black, that is not entirely true. Yes, the Man in Black did also cause apparitions, but it was made clear multiple times in the show that the Man in Black could not leave the island. And many of these apparitions that the characters went through occurred off the island. So these specific examples which I'm showing on screen right now were caused by the island itself. Lost can be a confusing show, but basically the island can make you see things from
Swimming to get to that hatch. Me personally, I wouldn't do that. I can't even swim anyways. So even if I did, even I know how to swim, I ain't swimming to get that, to look for some hatch, underwater hatch.
your past, from your trauma. Now let's move back to GTA 4. What is the most annoying, traumatic thing to occur in GTA 4? Something that all of the players can relate to. It's Roman Bellic calling you to go bowling over and over and over again. So my line of thinking here is that Roman Bellic and the hatch are together because Roman Bellic is an apparition. He's not actually inside the hatch. I think we could all agree on that one anyway, it never made sense. But he isn't just randomly placed here by Rockstar either. The purpose of this is a very clever double Easter egg. The hatch is underwater because in Season 6 Episode 1, the island is underwater. So I'm playing off this idea that in the GTA universe the Lost Island is also underwater. And swimming down close to the hatch lets us see the abilities of the island. Think about it, the knocking and the light isn't a constant thing. The light will only turn on once we get close, followed by the knocking. It all depends on us, the player. The one thing that we all have in common, ideally, is that we've all played GTA 4. We've all shared that story, it's a part of us. So the island goes into our minds and physically manifests something from our past as a GTA 4 player, replaying the trauma of those memories to us in tap code. So essentially nothing about this is creepy, it's just the island being a dick. So that's my take on why Roman Bellic
Just the island being a dick. Dad, bro. Nah, he dad just say that.
is inside the Lost Hatch on the ocean floor. It's an interesting theory that took me quite a while to come up with, so if you agree with it or if you just enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new around here, then you should subscribe, because clearly you enjoyed the video enough to stay to the end. For those of you who care, you should follow me on X, the name is on screen, and have a good day.
So yeah, bro, that's the vid. Yeah, bro, like, yeah, bro, I never know they had a, in GTA, I never know they had a, underwater hatch, you feel me? And if y'all played, GTA, have y'all ever been there? Have you ever tried? In GTA, have you ever tried? You know, playing as a captain and going underwater. And what did y'all find? And what did y'all find there? Feel me? Cause I don't know. Feel me? Never tried to when I was playing GTA. But yeah, that's Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. Wave your chicken that you are.